Hi there, my name is Jason Caldwell, and I'm the lead developer for the S2member plugin for WordPress. And it is my pleasure to introduce S2member to you. In this video, this is just an introductory video. I'm going to talk a little bit about what S2member is, what it does, what it's capable of, and I'm also going to show you how to install it and how to get started with it as quickly as possible, which is actually pretty easy, especially if you already have content that you want to protect and sell access to. Alright, so let's get started. I'm here at WordPress.org, and I pulled S2member up from the Plugins tab here at the top. You can just search for S2member using the search box here, and that'll bring you to this page, and of course you can learn all about S2member from this page. However, you can also go, I'm going to switch tabs here for a moment, you can also go to S2member.com/framework, or just go to S2member.com, and here at the top choose the framework. This is the free version of our plugin that we were just looking at WordPress.org. And I'm actually on that page right now. You can use these tabs across the top to learn all about S2member and even follow along with our changelog to see how we're progressing as we move forward with S2member. Farther down the page here, you'll find a list of features. These are expandable, so you can open them up and take a look at a feature comparison between S2member and S2member Pro. If you have questions along the way, we would encourage you to use our search box here at the top. Or you can navigate through our support panel here in the support menu. You'll find that we have a codex for S2member where all of the source code has been documented, along with over 1,000 hooks and filters that are available for developers to integrate S2member in more creative ways. There's a knowledge base for S2member where we have our support reps who have written many articles about S2member to address common questions and problems and ways to work around those. You can also take a look at other video tutorials, our FAQs, and our support forums are available. If you'd like to join our community forums, you can use this link up here at the top left, where it'll bring you to our free registration form. And you can get into our forums and get help from other site owners, share ideas. So we would encourage you to do that. We also have S2member Pro available. You can learn more about S2member Pro in this area of our website, where we have support for on-site credit card processing through additional payment gateways like PayPal Pro, Authorize.net, ClickBank, Google Checkout are supported by S2member Pro as well. And with your purchase of S2member Pro, you also gain access to priority support through our customer support forums. So this provides several other features and additional functionalities. Alright, let's take a look at how to install the free version of S2member, the S2member framework. Alright, I'm just going to switch tabs here for a moment where I've already got a quick test site where I've put this together for the video, and this is the back end of that site, and it's powered by WordPress obviously, and I'm here in the plugins menu and I've chosen add new. And I just type S2member into the search box and let's search for S2member so that we can install it. And here it's the first item in the list. We're looking for the S2member framework, and right now we're at the time of this video we're at version 12.02.13. which actually indicates that this version of the plugin was released on February 13th of the year 2012. So that's how our version numbers work. They indicate the release date as well. So we just choose Install Now. And let's choose OK just to confirm that's what we want to do. Okay, so the download begins. WordPress will download the latest release of S2member from the plugins repository. It will unzip it and install it into the proper location. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Now, if you were to do this manually, perhaps through an application like FileZilla, where you were FTPing the application to your website, let's take a look. I'm going to open up another window here. Let's pretend for a moment that this is your installation of WordPress. You will always have a WP content folder, and then you will have a plugin subfolder. These are things common to all WordPress installs. Okay, and this is where you will place the S2member folder. So you would download the zip file, unzip it, and place the S2member directory here. And upon activating S2member, you will also get the S2member files and S2member logs directories. S2member creates these directories for you automatically. Okay, so just to be aware of that, these two directories should remain writable on your web server. This one will hold log files should you choose to enable logging in the future. And this is designed to hold protected file downloads if you decide to use that aspect of S2member. Okay? One thing to be aware of if you do a manual installation is to be sure you don't accidentally nest two S2member folders together. If we open the S2member folder, we should have immediately inside the S2member.php file. That's the core plugin file. Okay, what we want to avoid is if you have WP content, plugins, S2member, then another S2member directory, and then these files, then you've done something wrong. Okay, you should have WP content, plugins, S2member, and then these files and subdirectories where you have S2member.php. This is correct. Okay, but let's go back to the dashboard, because 99% of the time this is how S2member is installed, because this is really the simplest way, and here everything happens automatically. Now, after the plugin has been installed, we just choose Activate. Okay, so that's it. S2member is now installed. It says actually been reactivated because at one point I had it installed on this site, so it just says reactivated, but you'll have a similar message. And it says have fun, make some money. So that's it. S2member is now installed. Alright, so now the question becomes, okay, what is S2member going to do for me? What is it capable of? What am I going to be able to accomplish with S2member? So I'm going to get into a little bit of that and the initial configuration of S2member in the very next segment of this video. Okay, S2member is now installed. So now let's take a look at how to configure it. Before I do though, I want to talk to you a little bit about what S2member is and what it does. S2member is a membership management plugin. It's going to empower your WordPress installation with the features necessary to convert your WordPress site into a membership offering. Okay, so if you take a look here at the S2member menu panel that's installed with S2member, you're going to see things like PayPal buttons, PayPal options, download restrictions, overall restriction options, the general options, which establishes the core configuration values for your installation. Okay, and then down here you'll find some additional methods to integrate S2member in more advanced ways. Okay, so with S2member, the free version, you're getting integration with S2member's roles and capabilities, and S2member's integration with PayPal Website Payment Standard. Okay, and that is to say that the free version integrates with PayPal buttons. That's the PayPal Website Payment Standard integration. Okay, now S2member Pro can add additional payment gateway options along with several other new features and functionalities, but the free version is fully functional, and PayPal buttons are a great way to get started selling membership and other types of access on your site. Okay, now when you first install S2member, you'll want to take a look here at the S2member menu and go to the Quick Start Guide. From the page that covers the Quick Start Guide, you can take a look at all of our video tutorials, and I would advise you to take a look at these panels before you start configuring S2member, because they're actually very short. I mean, these just cover some of the basic aspects and talk to you a little bit about what S2member, how it works, and how it functions internally. And this will really help you if you just kind of read through this before you get started. Okay, and one of the things you'll discover as you read down through here is that you need to create 2 pages. Okay, so before you even start configuring S2member, it's a good idea to create your login welcome page and your membership options page. Okay, your login welcome page is the first page that a member or other user on your website that does not have administrative access, they will come to this page upon logging in. So this is, you can think of this as your My Account page, where the customer or the free subscriber, anyone who logs in that does not have administrative access to your site, they will be redirected by S2member to this page on the front end of your website, which should be encompassed by your theme. And this is just a page, like any other page in WordPress. Okay, so if I go here to my list of pages, we'll see that I've already created these 2 pages. Okay, now initially when you create these pages, just give them like the titles, the generic titles, login welcome page and membership options page, and don't even worry about putting any content in those pages. We just need for those to be created in the beginning, and you can learn more about how these function as you get through S2member's configuration. This will become very obvious as you work through S2member. So in the beginning, we just want to get these 2 pages into the system. Okay, and then as you go through, the first thing you should do is configure S2member's general options. And as you work down through the general options, you will see that S2member will ask you to designate one of the pages on your website that you've created in this drop-down list, to designate one of those as your login welcome page. And if you've already created the page, and it'll already be in the drop-down for you, and you can choose that. And the same is true for your membership options page, which is the page where people who are not members of your site, who might be denied access to certain areas of your site that you've restricted with S2member, they will be redirected to a membership options page. And ultimately, your membership options page will contain payment buttons. And if you're using the free version of S2member, you'll be using PayPal buttons. That's where any PayPal buttons that you generate with S2member would go. That is, into your membership options page. And S2member makes it possible to generate PayPal payment buttons with all sorts of different options, including recurring billing, one-time billing, fixed-term access, lifetime access, pretty much whatever you need, even including trial periods or what we would consider to be an initial period at a certain price, which might later recur at a different price. There's lots of options here, and you can generate buttons. And S2member's buttons are integrated through shortcodes that you just copy and paste into a post or a page on your website. Okay, and normally those buttons would go into your membership options page. Okay, and I already have some here from previous examples, but we would just paste the shortcode in that you got. And this produces a PayPal button. So PayPal buttons are what facilitates the checkout process. And access is granted to any content on your website that you've protected with S2member. Now you can learn more about S2member through our additional video tutorials, where we cover all of S2member's configuration options in much more detail. Okay, thank you very much for watching.